Hello, 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 hello. Hi there. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, or wherever the world you are watching me from. My name is Anastasia McDonald, and I am the host of the Real Daddy God Show. The host of the Real Daddy God Show. I love, love, love saying this. Hello, hello, May. Hi. So I'm the host of the Real Daddy God Show, and over here we're always learning what it is to be fathered by Daddy God. Hi, happy man. Nice to see you. We are on a journey. We're on a journey of how to live this life. We're on a journey of learning what it is to have this God as our daddy. And we're learning what it is, to be his kids, It's amazing. So if you're not part of the family, what are you waiting for? If you want to know how to join the family of God to become Daddy God's kids, then drop me a note, send me a message on Facebook Messenger. It's an amazing one. So anyway, for those, hi Alice, nice to see you. Oh wow. So please, please, please share. We are continuing the topic how to how to give yourself permission to start to dream again. This is so important. I have been at that place where somebody has sent me a video or a book and it has made the world of difference. It's just catapulted me to another level. So please do share. Do you know somebody? Do you have a friend? Is it your spouse? Is it your spouse? Is it somebody that you know that they have some dreams, they have some visions that are so unique, so important that they've forgotten about? You try talking to them to pick themselves up to do this thing, but they can't be bothered. Then please do share. So thank you for all of you who are joining me live this afternoon. So we're going to be continuing this series, and this afternoon we're going to be looking at, so we're homing in, we're going to be looking at slowing down. But let me just do a replay. Let me just go back and explain why I thought to do this. Hi Linda, nice to see you. So 3 weeks ago I started by giving you compelling reasons why we need to dream again, especially if you're a child of God. Knowing that you are important, knowing that you are unique, knowing that you are different, knowing that there's an edge about you, there's something about you. And something that I learned from one doctor called Dr. Caroline Leaf, there's a way that you think, there's a way that you feel, there's a way that you choose that nobody else does like you. So there's something about you, something so special about you, that when we don't have you, when we don't have your visions, when we don't have your dreams, then it means that the world is going to suffer. The world is going to suffer. Somebody's going to lose out. And like I cited last week, I said, what if Mark Zuckerberg hadn't, started Facebook? And I know that with every idea or invention, it can be perverted, so it can be used, to do evil, to do wrong. But the originator of ideas and dreams, which is this God or creator, but to us, Daddy God, if you've come into relationship with him, his dreams, the dreams that he gives us, are to help us, to help the world, help make the world a better place, help to bring solutions. There are mega problems in the world. There's crisis in the world. So you may be the person that has the solution to a crisis in the world, but you may be looking at yourself and feeling that, well, who am I? I'm nobody. I'm not. No. So I started by sharing these compelling reasons to let you know that you are so unique, so precious, so important, and that the world needs you. The world really needs you. So then 2 weeks ago, I continued and we looked at giving yourself permission. Sometimes we make silent vows to us and say that, that I'm never ever going to do this again. I'm never going to try this again. I've done it so many times, I've failed. I'm never going to do it. But what about the guy that created electricity? I understand, you've read that he tried so many times, and today we're enjoying electricity. Hi, Jake. Good afternoon. Lovely to see you. Thank you for your kind comments. So, the guy that created electricity, he tried so many ways, and today you and I are enjoying electricity. Now, for what do you call it? For myself, that does host the Real Daddy God Show, there are many problems that I encounter. I went through a serious one this morning. I almost didn't come on live. So just because we have dreams or or we are going through it, doesn't mean that we're not going to encounter problems. Mark Zuckerberg, as we all know, because I like to make reference to him because everybody knows him. He went through many problems, and I can assure you that even right now he's dealing with other problems related to Facebook. So every day is a day of working this problem out and making things better. So today we're going to be looking at, these are very short videos because I know we all have short attention spans and we're all busy. So today I'm looking at how can we slow ourselves down to begin to give ourselves permission to go back to the dreams that we may have left behind, abandoned, don't want to go there. How can we do that? One of the ways that we can do that is begin to slow ourselves. We need to slow down. Now, you can agree with me that we live in a very, very fast-paced, busy and noisy world, especially with the advent of social media. With all these, hi, Paul. That's my dear brother-in-law. Shalom to you. So, hi, Dorothy. Nice to see you. So with all, social media, as much as social media is very powerful, it can also be perverted and begin to destroy our lives. I know how social media has destroyed marriages, has destroyed relationships. It can destroy your health and so on and so forth. So social media, we know it can be very busy. So you've got these smartphones, smart TVs. These days everything is smart. There's something smart being developed, something to get us to do things faster, to see things faster, to enjoy things faster. There's so much noise out there, so much, I beg your pardon, so much distraction that you hardly have, if you're not careful, you hardly have a breath or time to begin to, to think about yourself. So you're always looking out there, looking at other people, and then you might find yourself comparing yourself on social media. With all these pictures and videos that are put out there, you begin to look out there and you begin to discount yourself. You don't value what you have. You don't value who you are, because you always have these picture perfect videos and stuff out there that you discount yourself, you discredit yourself, you tell yourself that you're crap. It's something that, hi Dorothy, so there's something you need to contend with. So as children of God, especially with those who have a relationship, not only that, all of us, we need to be very careful. We need to slow ourselves down. The amount of even myself, I'm talking so fast, the amount of data that goes into our mind maybe 24 hours, especially if you're on social media. Oh my goodness, like these pop-ups, these notifications. The other day I was thinking, oh my gosh, so now websites and these companies can ask you whether they can push their stuff through. So not only do you have your calendar notification and your phone notification, then you have these companies that if you press yes to their push through, then oh my gosh, I think it was last 2 weeks, I made the mistake of saying yes to some news website in Ghana, and within 10 minutes it was just coming, it was just streaming, just like that. It was just streaming through, and I just had to switch it on. I said no, this is going to be a huge distraction to my mind and everything. I had to switch it off. So today, this is brief and short. We're looking at slowing down. How do we slow ourselves down? We need to choose to slow ourselves down. You and I need to choose to slow ourselves down. What do we need? We need to switch off notifications. Now, I remember last year, my mom passed away a year ago yesterday, and I was not on social media for 6 months, 6 good months. I wasn't on social media. I switched everything off, and I can tell you it was one of the best times of my life, because there was not noise. I was able to, because obviously I was in a grieving period, but at the same, as much as I was grieving, I had time to reflect on my life, to reflect on the importance of life, to reflect on decisions, to reflect on, because especially when you lose a loved one, you begin to ask more questions about life itself, what is important. So I switched everything off, and it gave me the opportunity to be able to listen to myself, to listen to new desires. I was going to launch the Real Daddy God show in March last year, like I said, and because mom passed away suddenly, I had to put everything on hold, and it was a great time of restoration, restoring my mind, my spirit, my soul, and my body. So what are we saying? Choose to switch social media off. If not, obviously 6 months is a long time. Maybe what you could do is maybe one day in a week. So we're looking at practical ways. Could you switch off social media one day a week so that you give yourself time to, to think on yourself, to listen to yourself? Number one, can you do that? Hello. So can you do that? If it's one day a week, maybe is it within the day? Is it in the evening? Can you switch it off during the evening? Can you switch off the notifications? Is that because we're looking at the practicality that in order for us to begin to get to that place we can start to dream again, then we need to switch off the noise. The noise is real, people. The noise is real, and it's getting more intense. It is getting more, I mean, the media, as you know, is a multi-billion, or let's say trillion company. So everybody wants a piece of you. So they are doing everything they can to get your mind, to get your attention. Everything, anything and everything they can, they are doing it to get your attention. But it is important that we understand why we're in this world. What are we here? What are we living for? Are we living for ourselves? If you're a child of God, you have a relationship with Daddy God, then you know that your life is not for yourself. You're here to live for Him, and you're here to make a difference in the world. You're here to change things. You're here to be a problem solver, a solution provider. You're here to be a hero. You're here to be a form of savior. So therefore, it is important that we look at the stuff that we digest. But if we allow ourselves and open ourselves to everything, then it means we're going to get mentally tired, mentally frustrated. We won't have anything in ourselves even to begin to look and to begin to experience and to feel the desires and the promptings and all these visions and that are coming to ourselves. The world is so busy. It's sometimes crazy, and this is the reality. So we need to slow down. Look at your notifications. Do you need all the notifications that are coming to you? Do you need all the groups that you signed up to? Do you need all the email subscriptions that you sign up to? There was one day I sat down and I said, I'm going to go through my email and unsubscribe. I tend to do this at the beginning of the year. Unsubscribe to all those emails because yes, we're human beings, and we think, oh yes, I'm going to need, oh yes, I'm going to need that. So I know I haven't finished, but I've started because I'm whittling things down. I'm really learning to whittle things down. So can you unsubscribe? Can you undo? Can you, can you do all that? Can you give yourself the gift? Valentine's gift is around the corner. Will you choose to give yourself the Valentine gift of time? Hello, Queen Ola Martin. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Amazing woman, the resilient woman. Can you give yourself the gift of time? Valentine, give yourself time and slow right down. Social media can do another thing. It can make you, what do you call it? It can make you such that you don't even have a relationship with your spouse or your relative. So you're in the same house and you're not talking, you're not communicating, you're on social media. That's how bad social media can do to us. So slow right down. Give yourself permission to listen. The next point I have here is so let me go back to let me just look at my note. Is give yourself the ability to be still. Be still. Oh my gosh, I know that is a big one. It sounds so simple. Being still, where some people call it going on a sabbatical leave. So being still, where it is you and yourself. And if you have a relationship with this God, Daddy God, then you're being still in His presence. If not, you're being still with yourself. Some people have a bad relationship with themselves. But until you learn to be still, learn to look at yourself, learn to listen to your desires, give yourself permission to listen to your desire. What do you hear? What do you hear? What is your body telling you? What is your mind telling you? What are those ideas that you keep on pushing aside and thinking, oh, they're not important? You never know that small idea may be the biggest thing that can ever happen to you. That's small. And you know that this Daddy God, the way He thinks. He doesn't do things in big packages. He gives us seed. Ideas are seed. Like, I just wonder, I've never listened or really watched a film of Mark Zuckerberg. I wonder where was he, what was he doing when he had that seed idea to start Facebook? And I know that, I have a little bit of information that he was with some friends, but what were they thinking about? I mean, look at Facebook today. Look at Facebook today. So you may have this seed idea that's going to make the world of difference to billions of people, but you're not listening to yourself. You're so busy, 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 and you're busy looking at everybody else and not listening to yourself. And the thing with ideas is that they start they are very tiny. They come in little thoughts. These thoughts, a thought here, a thought there, a little desire here. Trust me, you need to learn to become a detective of yourself. Learn to listen, even if they don't make sense, even if it sounds rubbish. Listen to them. Give yourself permission to listen and write them down. And then as you be still with a thought. Give yourself to use your five senses to begin to engage. And I'm going to go deep in that next week. Give yourself to engage with a thought. Let your senses feel the idea. What would it feel like? Or what does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Your imagination, which is another area I'm going to go to, 2 weeks from now. What is it? What is that idea? Give yourself permission. Please listen. In fact, when I was preparing this note, the biggest thing that came to me is listen. Listen to your life. There's an author called Frederick. He's an author and he's a theologian. He's a very famous guy called Frederick Buechner. Frederick Buechner, and he's written a book called, let me look for it. It's called How to Stop, Look, and Listen to Your Life. And I'm reading that at the moment, and it's such a blessing. Your life is a story. Your life is a kind of music. There's a music that's being played through your life. You are playing, whether you are aware of it or not. There's music coming from the life that you're living. But are you listening to the tune that is coming out of your life? Do you know the tune of your life? Do you know the music of your life? Are you aware? Are you aware that this God is singing songs over you? There's a unique tune to your life. So, but if you're busy on social media and you're listening to everybody else, you're not going to be able to listen to your voice. So, for example, I'm here as a host of the Real Daddy Girl Show, and one thing I'm learning to listen to this distinctness of my voice, the distinctness of the way I present. I know everybody else has their show, everybody has what they do, their voice, but they have a distinct way in way they talk and how they present. But if I'm out there listening to everybody else, how do I get to know mine? If I don't want to copy everyone. Yes, I can be inspired by other people, but I want to know my unique voice. So what is the sound? What is my own unique sound? Everybody has a sound. Everybody has a voice. So if you don't slow down, how do you get to know the real you? The music, there's a music inside of you. And I'm not talking about writing music, but if you're a musician, then yes, but there is a music inside of you. There's a music, and you need to slow down to hear that music, because guess what? We need your music. Your kind of music can heal a particular type of people. There are a kind of people that need your music. Hello, Anne. Anne-Marie, there's something that you have that we need. So you need to slow down. You need to have a journal. And I'm not going to lie to you, because we're used to the busyness of life, it can get uncomfortable being still. You're thinking, what am I going to do? But it's something you have to train yourself. Train yourself, read books on them, and begin to listen. Listen to the thoughts that are coming to you. Listen to the thoughts that are coming to you. Listen to the visions. Listen to the desires. What do you desire? What do you desire? What do you desire? If I came to you and asked you, what do you desire? Would you be able to articulate? Would you be able to say what you desire? Or would you be so, maybe you may not be able to do that because your mind is so mentally stimulated with social media, what all other stuff that you don't even know the voice of your desire. So desire has a voice. Your desire has a voice, and this voice can be muffled. It can be muffled because we're so busy with other stuff. So I'm asking you, and I'm encouraging you, and even myself. I'm learning to. So what I do, one of the practical things I'm doing for myself, is I put notification on my phone, 12 o'clock, to stop everything, everything. And I've started with just short, even with a minute, switch everything off, close your eyes, and listen to yourself. So Anastasia, what is coming to you? What do you want? What are these desires? What are the desires that are coming to that at this moment you're not hearing? Because it's only when you stop, give yourself a minute to slow down, will these things start coming. And trust me, they're because they're in seed-like form. That's why we miss them. We miss them there all the time. And I said to you 2 weeks ago that this Daddy God, because he is a dreamer, he's the biggest dreamer. And he's always dropping ideas. They're the ideas that he keeps dropping in our heart. And because he's a good God, he keeps on dropping them. And he's wanting us to get these, because he knows that it is in you. When you begin to express these dreams and these visions, you become the fullness, you become happy. But when you go looking at everybody else and you're trying to be like everybody else, then you're not going to be happy, because it's only when you're you be you. You bring the you-ness out, like this author would say, Dr. Carolyn, bring your you-ness out. We need you. So slow down, and then spend time with Daddy God. Ask him questions, write them down, listen to your thoughts. If you're a Christian or you're a child of God, he lives inside of you. And the only way you can begin to hear his voice is when we take all the noise out of ourselves. We remove all the distractions. And so just do that. Just practical. Just start with, if you can, just start with 30 seconds, just to get yourself into the habit. Because I know when, because we live so stimulated, to try to do that can be difficult. So just give yourself even 30 seconds a day. 30 seconds a day. Put your timer on and put everything else, just to get yourself into the habit. And begin to hear. What do you hear? What are the thoughts that are coming to you? Now, sometimes these thoughts and these dreams and these visions have been so muted that we've even forgotten. Hi, John. Thank you for joining me live here today on the Real Daddy God Show. We're talking about how to give yourself permission to start to dream again. And we're looking at slowing down, slowing the pace. The Bible tells us there's a time and a season for everything. There's a time to be busy and there's a time to be slow. Even though this God knows that, so he's put that system in it. So there is a time to be busy and the time to slow. And another thing, the system he's put into ourselves is, what do you call it? Is this clocking system of tiredness. When your body is feeling tired, like yesterday, I realized I was so exhausted by 8 o'clock. I said, you know what? That's it. Pick yourself up, Anastasia, and go to bed. And I went to bed at 8 o'clock. So you have this clocking system in your body. Your body tells you when you're exhausted. So we need to slow down. So the social media, whatever it is, can you give yourself the gift of 30 seconds? Can you give yourself a minute to think about things? Can you give yourself a day of the week, one day of the week where it's just you, yourself, your thoughts, your visions, your notebook, whatever it is, and to write them down. Don't discredit anything that comes to your mind. Write them down. Write them down and begin to think about them. Do mind mapping. I mean, I don't know whether you know mind mapping. I'm going to try and do one. If you don't know mind mapping, I'm trying to look for my pen. I beg your pardon. So mind mapping. Let me just scribble this here. Mind mapping is, I hope you can see it. I'm going to bring it up. So mind mapping looks like this. I don't know whether you can, the camera. So where you have the main idea, sorry. So you have the main idea here, the dream here, and then you begin to put other ideas here. You keep on adding the ideas. Don't discount everything. I beg pardon. So don't discount them. I hope you can see that. So the main idea is in a circle. Another idea comes and you add them there, and another one comes, you add them. Don't discount them, and pray about them, and go back and think, and just keep on adding. You'll be amazed about what things will come to your mind. You'll be amazed. So keep on adding. This is called mind mapping. So you're mapping the ideas that come to your mind. You put the major one in the circle, and then you shoot an arrow, you circle it, you shoot another arrow, you circle it. So then by the time you have all these things on paper. And for Christians, sometimes unfortunately we don't do this. This is a practical thing. This is something that our mind actually is in these clusters in what do you call, I think they're called dendrolites or something like that. The mind has got all these sparks and all these. So the more we do that, the more we are telling the brain to be active. This is practical. This God put this in there. So when we do that on paper, we are sparking, we are firing our brain for more ideas and more solutions. This is what the unbelievers do. This is what unbelievers, they do these things and they get answers. So please, yes, mind map. So just go on, Google it, and you see different examples there. And so this is a practical way to generate ideas. So it's not just about praying. The practical aspect is putting these. You're using the brain, this amazing brain that this Daddy God has given to us, and you're doing these things, and so you have this vision, and before you know it, something will be coming into view, and then you can begin to nurture it. So slow down, spend time with Daddy God, and have an amazing one. So I said this is going to be short because I know that most of us, we don't have time anymore, and I hope this will help you to begin to fire and to start dreaming again. Like I said, we need you. We need you. I need you. Look, I may be going through a problem right now, and you have the solution. It's in you, and you're holding back. So the dreams that Daddy God gives, they are bigger than ourselves. They're not. I'm not talking about the dream of buy a car, buy a new dress, buy a new designer shoe. Those are your personal ones. I'm talking about dreams that make a difference, change the world, bring solutions to the world, and all that. Those are the ones I'm talking. Every one of us has something special given to us by Daddy God, and more than that, He's also giving us the choice where we can express them in different ways. So hence this mind mapping is one good way to do that, to begin to He's not going to tell you, that is not going to tell you step 1, step 2, step 3. No, He's giving us the brain so we can begin to read and experiment. If I was going to wait for Daddy God about this reader, because I didn't have the what's anyone. All I knew was I had this was a desire. It was a desire, and it was a scary one for me. And for those of you who don't know my story, please go to YouTube, the Real Daddy God Show, and I've done my life stories for you to know where I'm coming from. So the Real Daddy God Show was a dream last year. It was a tiny dream, and I thought, oh yeah, because of my the circumstances with my dad and not having a dad and all that. And this God dropped this idea to start the Real Daddy God Show, and here I am today. And I know that this is not where it stops. It's going to evolve and get better and better, and who knows where it will end up? Who knows? Who knows where it ends up? So beautiful people out there, you have got amazing seed dreams in your heart. They're there in your heart and in your mind. Go back, give yourself the gift, slow right down, turn social media off, because then that's when you're going to begin to hear things. And don't discard whatever comes your way. Don't discard. Yes, some ideas may not work, but you keep on working. All these people who've done inventions, right? The mobile phone, all these things look, they were all ideas. They were not just handed to them. They worked on them. They had to spend time. As these days, one of these days, I know that companies have, sometimes they have what they call creative rooms where you just go and sit there. You just sit there and think ideas. And I think what's Apple's slogan? I think Apple's is think ideas. Can anybody put it there? Apple's slogan, I think, is think, or other think ideas, whatever, but think. So if you have the luxury of you've got a big home with rooms, then by all means set up a place called Think tank. I mean, I'm a creative person. I'm very visual, so I need color. I don't know whether you can see, but I've the wallpaper here says dream big. It says life is beautiful. Um, and it's got a heart, and I have all these colorful things, going on. I need color to be able to dream. So one day I'll turn the camera around so you can have a look at, can have a hopefully 360 degree of what the office looks like. But I understand this is how I've known or I've come to know myself, that I'm visual. I need color. Oh, thank you, Mike. It's think different. Thank you very much. So yeah, think different. Exactly, think different. And I'm sure these guys, after thinking, sitting down, sitting quiet, I beg your pardon, they realize that in order to be able to come up with new innovations and stuff like that, they need to think, but also think different. So the thinking is very important. And if you're not being still, you're not going to be able to come up with these ideas. And so I hope this has been helpful. It's all about slowing down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down for yourself. The greatest gift you can give yourself is time for yourself, because if you don't give time for yourself, you can never be the best for other people. Honestly, you need to love yourself. All the loving that you think is about loving other people, you cannot love other people if you don't spend time loving yourself, giving yourself TLC, getting to know who you are, what your desires are, what you're good at. The more you get to know you, the more you can be a better you, and then the more you can serve the world in a better and a beautiful way. So thank you so much for listening to me on the Real Daddy God Show. We're over here, we are learning the different ways in which he's making himself known to us. He's a dreamer. This God is a dreamer. If you have any doubts about him being a dreamer, then look around the world. Look at the stars, the moon, the galaxies, the trees, the plants, the animals, and take a good look at yourself. He is the greatest dreamer, and he has put inside of you dreams that you cannot afford. You cannot afford. I'm sure you want to leave a legacy. We're not saying if Mark Zuckerberg should pass away, if he should pass away, yeah, he will ever be remembered as the social media guy, the guy who brought Facebook. So what about you? Ask yourself, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? What are you going to provide for the world to say, oh my days, yes, I remember that late? Or do you not want to go down to the history books as somebody who did this, did that? I do. I sure do. So, so have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me live on the Real Daddy God Show. I did say between 30-45 minutes, and it's 34 minutes past, and I think I just want to end here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anastasia McDonald. I'm the host of the Real Daddy God Show. I'm a big Daddy God's kid. So enjoy. Thank you so much, every one of you. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye. Bye, everyone.